Hi guys. This is a new type of video. I've been recommended or I've been informed that there's a there's a project called Aztec, which is doing privacy with smart contracts. So obviously that is very interesting to me. So I'm going to take a look now, and I hope that so the point of this video is to go through the process of understanding how the coin work and see if it's a project worth investing in or worth developing. So to do that, first step, okay, for me the first step is of course go to do some Google search on what's Aztec. Okay, and not the population, so Aztec crypto, and we have okay. So this looks like the main website, and the one of the first stuff I like to see is whether if the project is solid, is to look at the team behind it. Let's see the team. So here we have the leadership team. So of course it's not likely that I'm going to know any of these guys because well, crypto is always crypto is often young people that sometimes brilliant, but don't have a very long experience. Well, he's got 20 years, and he works at Bloomberg. Former physicist at CERN. Okay, physicist is pretty good. Okay, so this looks like a pretty good resume. Okay, crypto team, PhD, researcher. Okay. From first look, this team looks quite experienced and quite knowledgeable. So I would say he passes the first filter. Actually, there's a lot of people. All right. So second thing is whether they have money. Already they have money to hire all these people, but let's see how much money they have. Okay, so Aztec crypto funding. As close to 100 million. Wow, that's a pretty big funding. So they have 100 million USD in Series B. And when was that? It was about a year ago, so fairly recent. Do they have a coin? So if they have raised so much money, it's possible they don't even have a coin. They don't care about a CO or token. Oh, there's a token here. Oh, it says soon. No. Okay, so next, yeah, this is the money they receive through funding. They receive 120 million so far. So 100 million from that Series B and probably like 100 million from the Series B and 20 million from Series A. Okay, let's see. Yeah, 17 million from Series A. Okay, so they're well funded. Isn't said, yeah, so they don't have a token. Alright, so what's their vision? Let's go back to the website. Team blog. So we're going to take a look at the main page, sandbox, what it is. Okay, all this stuff. Aztec. Blockchain privacy. Introducing the Aztec sandbox, a local developer environment. Oh, definitely we need to try that. For building end-to-end private applications. The first milestone towards Aztec Endgame, a no-compromise privacy first layer 2 on Ethereum. Okay, but before that, did they do anything? Aztec crypto use, I guess. I can see the Twitter. Should put the announcements there. Okay, so they announced the sandbox, and the sandbox was announced September 20, and today is December 13. September, 3 months. Oh, they just got the funding. 100 million is this? No, 1 year ago. Sorry, 1 year ago. Oh, they have a programming language. Actually, I think I've heard about these guys before. Aztec Connect. Yeah, Aztec Connect. I heard about these guys. Okay, but Aztec Connect sunset. They're closing it down. Aztec Connect is no longer being actively developed. Okay, so they stopped getting. What was it? What is Aztec Connect? Where are we here? It's at the end. I think it seemed that they changed the entire stuff, and Aztec Connect is gone. It used to be a roll-up contract on Ethereum, I think. What is Aztec Connect? Anyway, it's gone, so who cares? Yeah, it's a roll-up on Ethereum. Seems like they want to do something bigger than that, because to be fair, there's a zillion different roll-ups on Ethereum. So 2 cheap private transaction L1 smart contracts with liquidity available DeFi aggregation. Yeah, so many of them. User mention. Oh, it was shielded access on Aztec. So I suppose it was a private transaction on Aztec L2, and then you have a roll up on L1. All right. So anyways, this is gone, and now they have this sandbox, and they have this announcement. Let me look at it. Okay. The most ambitious software release in Aztec Labs history, Aztec Sandbox. So this seems to be like Ganache, but for the stuff. So the Ganache was you could deploy a local Ethereum node. You could create your own blockchain basically on Ethereum, and then write your smart contract okay, what does it have? Aztec node, Aztec RPC server, okay, Aztec NR, okay, this is the smart contract stuff. Aztec JS must be the client in JavaScript, the command line utility, and VS code extension and code example. All right, looks logical. So should be able to deploy a local node. So we should be able to deploy a local node, write a smart contracts, send ourselves some transactions, and that kind of stuff. All right, that's actually pretty good. Should do that now. Download the Aztec Sandbox. Okay, go. Locally install in here. Okay, I have to say this is not an excellent start. Start your own sandbox with the Node.js process running your test for easier setup. Instead of connecting to a local running sandbox instance, you can also start your own sandbox within the Node.js process running your test. To do this, import the Blast bucket and run create sandbox during setup. Note that it's possible you to run a local Ethereum development like Envil, Hot or Ignite. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna make this effort when I don't even know if this stuff is good. Okay, let's read on. Let's read on the architecture of this stuff first. Okay, so they have private function that can edit general private state, so private to private basically. Cheap LT public functions, okay, and L1 public functions. Okay, so what I think it means is that these guys are going to be variables that you can define in your contract as private. And then you can also define functions that are public, but this is going to be peer-to-peer. And then when you have enough of them and you want to commit to L1, you can make a roll-up and send it to L1. Then that's why it's more expensive on L1. All right, executing private functions grants function privacy, input privacy, and user privacy. Execute private function with quotes. A public function grants varying degrees of privacy depending on application and device. Okay, I don't know about that. Vision. Okay, private smart contracts on Aztec. A smart contract on Aztec is a collection of functions within a zk-SNARK circuit. Secret functions can read and write private state. So these are. Okay, I think these guys are going to be stuff that you basically run locally or you run from one node to another, like peer-to-peer. And it's kind of like what Ethereum was offering by reading Ethereum state, but the difference is that you cannot change Ethereum state. So there were a bunch of functions that if you're running a node, you can have a stream, so you can get the Ethereum state. But if you want to change the state, for example, if you want to do a transaction that sends data from one node to another, then you had to send a message to Ethereum, and you had to wait for L1, and that was a public function. So these public functions can read and write public state, okay? Write private state too. Consume or send message to yeah. You can call the function. Okay, so this is your L2, right? And the portal contracts is your L1. All right, so I think what they do is they have their L2, and then on their L2 you can have secret contracts that they actually use encryption to hide their state, and they use zk-SNARKs to validate that these state change according to the function, the rules of the function. And then it becomes, if you want to commit that, then you have to make this roll up, this zk, you have to aggregate them. And then once you aggregate, it goes to the L1 through these portal contracts. So I think it looks like a generalization of the technology behind ZK rollups, except that ZK rollups, they had this implemented for ERC20. So the idea behind ERC20 ZK is that on L2 or node to node, you could do transfers, you could do transactions that change, like you can send around to. And then you would have ZK proof that shows that this transaction was correct. And some guy with usually the Aztec Portal will you could submit these proofs to have them aggregated. And once they're aggregated, you would have one massive aggregated ZK proof that then could be sent as a regular contract call on L1 on Ethereum, where a contract on Ethereum would verify that proof is and therefore commit a bunch of these private transactions, ERC20 transactions on L2. So here I think that the first difference is that the transaction on L2 could be private, but it's kind of like what they did with Aztec Connect in ZK Money. But I think that the extension also is that now you can actually run your own contracts and not be limited to the ERC20 that other chains provide. All right, so that's pretty interesting, very interesting to be honest. But we have to make it work. All right. Once we get that started, I think I need to stop for today because I'm hungry. Whatever this is. Okay, so we have where were we? Where do we have this? I don't know. So we should be, and we should do this. We should do this. Okay, install. What are you talking about? Okay, start install. Need to close and reopen. It is still not open. So what's your problem, dude? Accept. Requires password. Okay. Welcome to Docker desktop. Okay, without signing in. Whatever. Skip. Okay. What about now? All right. Okay. Now we can copy this guy here. This shouldn't be too big because we just have the like the JavaScript libraries. We have Node, and without Ethereum, we don't have any data. It's a sandbox, so I shouldn't be like putting gigabytes of data. So far, it's like 100 meg. Yeah. What am I waiting for? Okay. Seems like it's working. Why do I know that though? If you attempt to run the software, you have to make sure nothing else is running on the port. The command you have to override the CLI, deploy contract. Right. It's okay, so there should be some. Alright, seems to work. I have address 063. Yeah, this is the one here. So these are the addresses that I'm gonna copy and then put new tab. Okay. And then deploy these contracts. Let's see if this works. JQ not found. JQ is a parser for jQuery. JSON parser. Yeah. Okay. Just JQ doesn't exist. Rule. Maybe I can do it here. Rule install JQ. JQ is a JSON parser, right? Yeah. Right. Let's see if it works now. Invalid string, but it's probably already deployed. Yeah, if I run this now, what do I get? Yeah, it's already done. Alright, so this should be okay. Major address. Okay, next. Call the contract. Okay, if I run this, of course we should do this, like, understand what's happening, but just want to know more about it. Invalid address, right? Options here is invalid address, private key. Oh man, I didn't export this guy. Where's the private key then? Contract address. So yeah, you put the address here, but now I don't know the address. Contract. Okay, this contract guy. I just want to know the address of the contract that I've deployed, and oh, it's useless. Okay, Aztec deploy trick contract fact sold outside is JSON. Okay, what's Aztec? Yes.